What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another update of my Canadian Dividend Investing Portfolio series. Yeah, it's been a little while since I made a video, like at least 6 months, I think, 6 or 7 months. That's because I was traveling. I was actually in West Africa. I went on a bit of a motorcycle trip from Morocco to Guinea-Bissau. It was absolutely bananas. For those of you that don't know, I do stuff like that actually quite often, usually most winters, because I work a seasonal job in the summer, and then I run a couple of YouTube channels, including this one, year-round, which gives me some free time and flexibility in order to do those things. So anyways, while I was in Africa, I just completely gave up on investing and trying to make updates because, yeah, my life was just wildly different and a bit out of control there. So anyways, I'm back now and ready to make an update because my investment account has just been chilling, sitting around, doing not a lot. And as a dividend investor, that's fine for me. And yeah, I just want to jump in and give you guys an update of where it's at. And yeah, and then I'll show you, I just bought a couple stocks. I wasn't even really buying many stocks while I was gone because I was just focused on trying not to die. But I was successful in that. So here we go. The overall account is sitting around $85,000. What do we got in here? There's about $2,000 in cash. A lot of dividends had rolled in over the months, and I just didn't have time, or yeah, I wasn't spending the money. I've received over $10,000 in dividends since starting the account. You can see all of the monthly updates here. Had a pretty good month here in January. I got some special dividends there, special payouts from a couple of, I think it was a REITs, but otherwise just generally slowly growing. The whole account is up 1%. To be honest, I think that's pretty dismal. I started in 2020, and in 4 years, I'm up 1%. Sometimes it's up a percent, sometimes it's down. I'm basically flat. Like the amount of money that I've put in is basically the amount of money that I have. Which is not what I was hoping for when I started investing. I was hoping to get some, 5% per year or 10% per year or something. So by now, 4 years later, I was expecting to be up like 20 or 40% overall. This is because I've been picking my own stocks, and I'm not an expert. I just some dude on YouTube. And yeah, I've just been like randomly picking stocks that I kind of thought were cool. And this is how it's been. So I've received a bunch of dividends, which is awesome. But the amount of money that I've put in versus the amount of money that I currently have is basically, has basically not changed at all. So that's interesting for me. Maybe as I go forward, I might try to change my strategy, looking more at index funds or ETFs or something. I don't really know. Like I said, I've been off investing for basically a couple months now. But yeah, that's not great. Something else I might consider doing is I might just drain the whole account and put all of the money towards a property in Canada. I'm not really sure yet. But for now, I'm okay. I have the money sitting here. And if I drained it all, put it into a property, then I might be able to start again or something from scratch. Who knows? I'm going to talk to some people before I make any wild decisions like that. But as we go forward, the average yield of the portfolio is 4.84%, so that's fine. That means that I'm receiving over $4,000 per year in passive income from the dividends, which works out to be about $334 on average per month. So as we go through this video and we see the spreadsheet, just remember that this, if you'd like to track your dividends in this spreadsheet, it's available. There's a link in the description below where you can get it. I do find it very helpful for me to really see what's going on in my account because I use Wealthsimple Trade and they don't give you that much information. I really like the platform for trading, but they don't break down a lot of the different information here that I'm able to see in my own spreadsheet. So when we look in the portfolio, let's sort this. I think it's a little bit out of order. I'll put the biggest winners at the top. ATD doing pretty well. Manulife doing pretty well. So some of the companies that, in my lifetime, since I've owned them, are up, pretty well. Like 70% up, that's great. 40% up, that's great. 20%. That was what I was hoping for everything after 4 years of owning stocks. I didn't own all of these stocks, each of the stocks for 4 years. I've been casually buying them during that 4 years, but you kind of get the idea. I was hoping to see more of this. And then a whole bunch down in the red, primarily a lot of the real estate and utility companies. But that's just what it is. This is what happens when you pick your own stocks and buy. Some are winners and some are losers. And overall, we are kind of breaking even on the account. And again, that's kind of just showing, the whole point of this channel is to kind of just show you guys what it's like to be an amateur investor, to see what it's like to be me. Not necessarily saying go out and buy any of these stocks. But I think it's just interesting to share this information so you guys can see what it's like. Some of these companies, for example, let's pick on like maybe TD for now. In the unrealized gain or loss, I have an unrealized loss of negative 2.34% on this position. But because I've been receiving dividends over the lifetime that I've had these, I've received $224 in dividends. So I'm actually up 166 overall because I bought those shares. So there's there's a few different ways to look in here. So you see a bunch of red negative numbers here, but occasionally some of those are actually in the green. Like for example, RioCan down 17% on the stocks, but because I got a bunch of dividends, I've received almost 700 in dividends from them. I have also kind of broken even on that position. So was it a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know, probably a bad thing, but it is what it is. So what did I buy? I just bought a few more stocks recently. This week, I haven't been doing a lot of activity lately, but I thought what I would like to do is just throw in a little bit more money into some of these sort of winning stocks. So I picked up some of ATD, also of Waste Connections. Both of these have very small dividend yields of less than 1%, but clearly they're doing pretty well. And I also actually did pick up a few of RioCan because they are down pretty far. Anytime they're below $20, I'm kind of interested in buying them. So I picked up a couple of those guys, and I also received a dividend. So let's hop into Wealthsimple Trade, and I can show you what's going on here in the tax-free savings account, which is my portfolio that we're tracking with the spreadsheet. So the most recent dividend that I had here from Waste Connections, I've already recorded that one, and there is another dividend here from BMO of $25 that I have to throw into the account as well. And then these are the couple shares that I did buy as well. So a few of ATD, and one of Waste Connections, and a couple of REI.UN, which is RioCan. So what I do is I write this down on a piece of paper, and then I bring this information into the transactions tab of the spreadsheet. So I scroll, I'm going to scroll down to the bottom here. For me, it's almost at row 800. And what I want to do is I want to log each of these ones individually. And once those are in, for some reason Google Sheets is still not really working with the Canadian REITs, so I'm just going to override the currency for the REIT to clear the errors, and we can see here that the totals are correctly matching what I had in Wealthsimple. And then I also had one dividend that I need to log. So again, here's a master list of all of my dividends. Let's scroll down all the way to the bottom. For me, also around row 800. And we're going to drop in the dividend that I received, which was from BMO. It was also on May 27th, 2024, and that one was for $25.67, and again, Canadian dollars. Okay, so now that I've inputted all of the most recent information, we can drop back into the summary tab and just take a look here and check if all of the numbers correctly match. And we're seeing a total account balance of $85,021.93 with an available cash of $1557.21. And when we compare that to Wealthsimple, we have the same values, $85,021.93 and $1557.21. So if you are using the sheet and you have only Canadian dollar transactions in here, you should be exactly matching. If you have some US dollar stocks or history or transactions, then usually the numbers won't match exactly because the delay in currency exchange that you see from Google will be a little bit different than what you see from Wealthsimple, so you might not ever get them exactly matching to the cent. But if it's only Canadian dollars, then it should be, and this is a good check to make sure that you've done everything correctly. So there we go, guys. That is the update for now. Hope you found it interesting, and hopefully your portfolio is doing better than mine. But now I'm back and should be getting out some more updates more regularly, hopefully more than once every 6 months. So guys, thanks a lot for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.